Hey everybody!
Hey, welcome back!
Frank and Carrie on a blustery April 1st day.
Yes, very blustery.
We believe in that old houses need to breathe, but today it's a little ridiculous.
She's a bit breezy.
Yeah, we bought this old mansion in pretty bad shape. We were luckily the highest bidder. That's not always a good thing. But we're fixing it up and making it look a lot better.
Yes, she is such a blessing, and she's looking better and better every day.
And of course, we're coming from a spot where you've never seen us before.
With a floor.
In front of a door that's never been opened.
That's
when
true.
we had it.
That's true.
So
we're making progress.
And one of these days you'll see the video of how we did it.
Right. This is back in option 4.
Don't tell them where we are.
Oh.
This is just a tease.
Just a tease.
Yeah. To tease our video today, what do we do?
Oh, our video today, we are up in the attic.
Yay!
And we are doing some nip and tuck up there and some jacking up on some posts up there.
Like the roof.
Yeah.
Raising the roof.
That's exactly what we're doing.
All right. And this is, I think, one of the last videos that has the bad camera microphone.
Right.
So luckily we
it's all
get to do a voiceover. So you get to listen to us
ramble
for as long as the video. Thanks for stopping by, though.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the camera microphone was bad. Here we're using a little Craftsman, I guess it's Black & Decker.
Yeah, that one's a
Black & Decker little cordless chainsaw. If anybody remembers this, I don't remember what the video was called. Do you remember what the video or season or episode number? But this area was where there was tons of termites.
I'll put a card up there, but it was bad.
And all I'm doing is we're trying to square off the bottom of this post so we can put it on our new beam. And that way we can jack this up, and I guess it's already jacked up quite a bit. But we're gonna square this off. That way all this termite damage is gone, and it'll be a solid post to put on our brand new beam.
Who would have thought you would use a chainsaw for home construction?
Well, saw is a saw, right? And it's better than bringing in our Husqvarna and running a 2-cycle chainsaw inside.
Yeah, that was just a little baby. Frank got that for me, but I don't think I had ever used it for anything.
No, I think in one of these spots in the video you can see the box actually in the background.
Probably.
But it is impressive that it worked, and it worked exactly how we needed it.
But that's just a side shot of how clean Frank got it.
What am I doing here?
This is you getting the new base ready.
Ah, this is the addition to make a small post to go on the jack to go under the post we just did.
Right.
That's a different heater.
Yeah, kerosene and cleaning it up. Now there's the box in the background. Frank's cleaning up, of course, his saw mark. We didn't have any saws that would go all the way through that. So
yeah, just making it flat-ish.
But that other chainsaw you see is an electric one. So
we didn't have to use that because the other one worked.
Yep.
And you say electric chainsaw, even the DC battery chainsaws are electric.
That's true. That one just requires a cord.
Yes. That's what it's not necessarily, it's a corded electric.
Oh, yeah, I got to have a lot of fun using the grinder. I got to cut all those wires out.
All those, the two?
Well, the two. I was excited.
Knob and tube wiring going away. Don't worry, the power is shut off.
Yes.
Okay, so the power's been shut off for 20 years or so.
Something like that, yeah. And there's a look of it being gone. It was kind of sad in a way.
Gone. They look like they're still there.
They're not there on that.
Oh, they're cut.
That 2x12, yeah. So, and Frank's getting that jack all situated, and some people wonder.
Sitting on our new beam.
Yeah, I know. Some people wonder why we put that steel plate in there. And
it's to keep the jack pad from pressing. We've learned that wood doesn't provide the same compressibility as metal. So if we put the metal in there, then it doesn't put a little dent or a lot of dent into the end of the wood.
And Frank does a lot of jacking, and at this point,
well, see, this area, we never took down that post. So it really, the orange strap around that post is holding it up. So right now we're swapping it over to where we can hold up this little flat roof with that post that's been there. But it's only going to be a temporary post because we're going to eventually put another 6x6 post in there. And that's the picture of the flat roof it's holding up.
Yeah, those are side by side. It's been that way for a couple of years now.
And we're just putting pressure on it so we can eventually put some side braces on there to attach these together semi-permanently. Is that a semi-permanently? I guess that's a good way to...
yeah. It's going to be there for a little while.
Is semi-permanent and temporary the same thing? Or it's per temporary. I don't know. But it's always something.
It is.
Oh,
watch your
anybody
head.
see that?
Watch your head, Frank.
Well, when you're not looking up and you hear something falling, because my reaction didn't start until after I heard it hit that piece of wood. But it was that
piece of blocking that you had put in there.
Right. I mean, we had already looked up and there was nothing. There is nothing above us to fall, but it sure is spooky when you hear something fall.
And Frank has jacked it up enough that new post is carrying the weight now instead of the other.
Yay, carry weight. Oh
yeah,
no.
You can kind of see it lifting up just a little bit on the stack on the bottom, making sure it's where it's supposed to be.
I think I'm just making sure it was moving up.
Right. And our whole point of doing this at this point is we were getting ready to be gone for a week to go work at our daughter's house. And so we were trying to make sure everything was nice and secure and getting it on the new beam. And but we were talking at this point about all those supports that we were going to leave in and ones we were going to take out.
Yeah, some of them aren't doing anything. We left them in just in case we needed to jack that up. That's the valley rafter. We have a video of that valley rafter replacing that whole thing.
Yeah, I'll put a card
26 feet of valley rafter.
And that was something to see it going in.
We've learned a lot since then.
Yeah, and windows and don't necessarily help video, but she's got a nice new spine right there.
Oh yeah.
And
they're my splints. I guess they could be called splints, and my heavy duty structural screws. We're gonna make sure that puppy isn't gonna come apart for a while.
And those supports also help in case that jack eases down a little bit, that will support it as well.
Yeah, that's the reason. I mean, that actually goes down to the beam, the big beam we put in. So because hydraulic jacks, they sag after a while.
Yeah.
We know that, and that's we've talked about that a few times, and people have mentioned that in comments, which we appreciate. But screw jacks are designed for this kind of thing because they don't lose pressure over time and allow things to sag. But this will work too. Putting them right down against the beam.
That beam's not going anywhere.
The beam's not going anywhere, and now this post is not going anywhere either.
No.
Especially with those really nice screws. I mean, they got to be really nice. I mean, they're a gold color, but they were about the price of gold, I think.
Yeah, they weren't.
I know that this looks crooked. It is. That original post was always kind of crooked and spliced and...
Right. And that poor post, with it being spliced, it carried a lot of load. It had another brace on it that went to the end of the little flat roof. As I pan up, you'll see it.
It's probably about I don't know what angle that is. But it's
know.
a pretty steep angle.
Yeah, it met towards the bottom, but I'm pointing to where it used to support there at the end of the little flat roof, and the termites had got on it. Oh, it was a mess. So we took that out fairly early.
Ah, nice big shot of the big old attic.
Yeah. And nice and dry for the most part.
We always have to preface that with "for the most part."
For the most part. So we're just looking at where we need to support, where we can let it all be on that beam. So that little flat roof is our nemesis.
Yep, but it's part of the architectural feature.
Yeah.
We put in that post over there a little while ago.
Right. But we're trying to transfer.
We added extra.
We did. We added the extra support and just trying to keep it from sagging. And
the old gal was sagging a little bit, but we gave her a facelift.
And I'm pointing to the post that's also carrying quite a bit of load. So we have the three of them, just the three of them now, supporting that area.
And since we had just jacked it up and we're leaving for a week, we wanted to make sure everything was covered.
Right. And it's all sitting on that pretty new beam.
Woo-hoo.
And that's where we're headed next, is that one.
The porcupine board?
The porcupine board, because it's on the big flat roof. So, and
I was just worried about this. This post was moving back and forth, and I just was making sure it didn't move back and forth because I didn't want it to wiggle back and forth and break the screws that were holding it.
Right.
Because having that, we've already seen what happens when something falls, how quickly I react to it. So
right.
We didn't want that big one to fall.
No, and here we're taking that beam that's laying on the floor, and we're just jacking it up a little bit, taking the pressure off of that 2x12 that the floor and everything is.
There's Carrie pointing to it.
Yeah, that 2x12, and so we're just barely lifting that up just to keep the pressure, take a little bit of the pressure off, so it's on the new beam instead of that. Overloaded
the one
2x12.
That shouldn't have been
carrying all that load.
Who knew that that's all that there was nothing else doing that?
Yeah. So
I don't know.
And here
Frank, hey, there's my halo green line.
Yeah, your halo green line. And Frank's going around to the different posts where the big flat roof is that we've already repaired. He's measuring to see how level we really are.
That's a little laser measuring tool. You just click it and it through the magic of smoke and mirrors, it knows how far things are away from the little gadget.
So
It's very accurate.
Yes, it is.
Especially for construction work where it doesn't have to be perfect.
So we went and measured every post there was.
Well, I mean, there's 4 major posts that hold up the big flat roof.
And this one came to a big surprise. This post that he's at, the one with a porcupine on it.
Well, the one that had sagged 2 inches. So how far you think it was down?
It was 2 inches.
Oh,
hey!
So I guess it had sagged 2 inches.
That's where we had discovered that it was actually 2 inches. And here we are just measuring the little flat roof to see, doing the exact same thing.
To see how close we got when we just guessed at the height of that other post. And we did pretty good, if I remember right. Of course, since the speech and stuff on this camera microphone was so garbled, we have no idea what we were saying, or, I mean, we couldn't even... Of course, like always, I'm saying very genius things into the camera microphone, but we'll never know now.
So, yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons we knew that the old beam wasn't put in place the way it was, because it had sagged 2 inches and the roof was down 2 inches in the same exact spot. So we knew going into it, well, once we measured that, what we just did, that the beam had sagged and it wasn't put in place bent.
No. But just knowing gives us a better idea of exactly what we need to do to fix that part.
And the little 4-foot level just helped hold the thing steady while I put the end of it on the laser line, the horizontal line.
So, just doing...
Because I tried to hold the little laser level just in the air, and that did not work. No, it didn't. So we were pretty pleased with the way things looked on the little flat roof.
Yeah. So now...
Knew we had to do 2 inches on the... We'll probably have to jack that up, don't you think?
I think we were contemplating that post right there.
Huh. I even tapped it.
You did.
I must have had a whole lot of stuff to say here because I crossed my arms.
Yeah. So we tried doing it on the 2 jacks from the bottom. She did a lot of popping and cracking, but we just couldn't get that post to go up like it needed to. So we decided to put a jack on the new beam.
That's, new beam.
And
to
just focus on the post and not the floor joists or anything else. And that worked. So,
like it should have.
Yeah, and what you don't see is once we get it up, we actually do put some blocking in there. So if you can kind of see it, that as we went on our work vacation, that it stayed in place. And
just the same as the other one, we blocked it up so this jack couldn't sag.
Mimi, what are you doing? You're not in a box today. No, you're in your bed. But you won't sleep in the bed without a towel. Are you being a good girl? Oh, stimulate that belly rat.